Okay, reset because more people ask the same question. Okay, so we're going down the line from top comment, meaning the first one I see is Zereth. Thank you so much for the questions. Number one, what's the design of your favorite OC? Now, that's actually a tough question, because while I do have a lot of OCs, I don't really have a favorite. Now I'm thinking more on it. I mean, of course, a lot of the OCs hold a special place in my heart, and I love all of them. But it's specifically asking for a design, not sentimental value, so my favorite has to be Valkyrie. Just for her uniqueness over all other OCs, design-wise. So, yeah, that would be my favorite. Number two, have you thought about making a very complex OC? No! No, 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 no. No, no, no. 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 Very complex OCs equals a lot of tracks in Sony Vegas. A lot of tracks in Sony Vegas equals potato computer lag. So until I get a decent actual PC, I won't be making a very complex OC. Trust me, I've thought of it. But, no. Number three, do you have any OCs that are baby dragons? Technically, yes. I mean, I have the babies of Abyss and Valkyrie, as well as I have a couple of designs for baby OCs. Like, you've seen Baby Luna, obviously. But I do have one OC coming up that's a little bit of a spoiler. That is a baby dragon, so I'm not going to be talking more on that. I'm going to be talking on, like, as a whole. Well, first off, you have the OC that's in the image on that community post. She is the child of Valkyrie and Abyss. I haven't thought of her name yet. I've also made another one that I will show on screen now. This is another one of their children. Not gonna mask this one, obviously, but it's just for drawing and editing purposes, not for masking or anything. Okay. So, I think that answers that. Number four, what is your favorite story of your OCs? Or what's your favorite OC story? Now I could go two ways with this. Either you're asking for the favorite story of one of my OCs, or you're asking for my favorite OC's backstory. I know that was confusing, but I'm gonna assume the first one. Well, my favorite story that I've written so far for my How to Train Your Dragon OCs, it has to be the one that's the most fleshed out. But on the other hand, I have stories that I think are going to be really interesting to show later. So I'm going to say that maybe Lucy's story is one of the most intriguing. Demon Furies as a whole, like my family of them, they have a certain story to them that I think meshes together really well. Like, Junjo being a hybrid and a mama's boy, Abyss feeling absolutely jealous and resenting his younger brother, or half-brother, depending on how you look at it. And Lucy just being the middle child, not giving a damn about what's going on with her brothers, and just going off and finding her own territory. So, Yeah, I'd say the Demon Furies, but overall, I think Lucy's is the best so far, because I actually have ideas for her right now, as well as a clear idea of her relationship status as of right now. Number 5, you only have OCs with the Fury model. Now, this is where I actually get to talk a little bit more about a scrapped concept, because Lucy originally was a shapeshifter. She originally was able to shift into different dragons. I started a masking of the Deadly Natter with her eye colors, but I couldn't get it to work, so I just scrapped that idea entirely and made her a Demon Fury instead. I might come back to that later, but if you're talking about OCs without the Fury entirely and without How to Train Your Dragon, I do have OCs outside of How to Train Your Dragon. I have plenty of them, in fact. I'm thinking about making animatics and storylines for them, like, when I get a good enough idea for what I want for them. But I do actually have a good basic idea of the OCs that I do have. I have so many that I've edited over Lego Monkey Kid. If you've seen my community tab, you've probably seen them before. I have a whole post on, like, 5 of my Lego Monkey Kid screenshot edits. Anyway, and the final question from Zerif is, what do you think about Dragon OCs in the fandom? Oh boy. The one thing, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I don't want to, because the situation's over, it's done. But stealing is a huge problem, where people steal your OCs or your maskings. Not OC, like, of course stealing an OC isn't exactly a thing. People get inspired all the time. It's just how things go. Heck, it's how communities even start. People get inspired by How to Train Your Dragon and therefore make Dragon OCs. But for people like me who do maskings, we know exactly how long they take to do, which, of course, may lead some people to go, oh, I could just download their videos, edit the maskings a little bit with a hue shift, and no one will notice. Yeah, nah, we notice. I've already had 3 situations where people have stolen my maskings and had to answer for it. So, anyway, as to the actual thing, I think Dragon OCs in the fandom, I've seen some really unique ones, like Zeref, your own OCs. God tier of OCs. Heck, all of the extra details that you add to your OCs. Perfect. But, you know, you've also got Atomic Jamie, who does comparatively more simple-esque OCs. I'm not saying completely simple, because just look at Eclipse. But, and Tyson, for that matter. But Ash and Sombra are the first 2 OCs that I was really introduced to. Yeah, I started with Atomic Jamie with Lost in a Moment. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, wait a minute. How is this? This doesn't belong here. These dragons don't look like this. What's going on? I guess now I'm getting into the territory of, like, how I began my masking journey and all that, so that's for another day. But, yeah, I think Fury OCs in the fandom, or any Dragon OCs in the fandom, I think they're all valid. Despite how simple some of them are, it's just so none of them are a pain. I do this myself. Delilah, even my changing Luna from a Light Fury base to a Toothless base, or interchangeable in this situation. Because Toothless, if you didn't know, sometimes his eyes are in so much shadow that you can make mistakes in his maskings and no one would know. I have so many maskings that were so lazily done, yet they look so good and soft, like my normal ones. Other ones I can't get away with it, though, and that's where it gets a little iffy, but, you know, that's my thoughts, I suppose. Okay. Next up, we have questions from RP. First is favorite OC, which I think I've already touched on with Valkyrie. Least favorite OC? Okay, my least favorite OC, that is a bit difficult because my least favorite OC is the hardest to mask, which obviously would also be heckin' Valkyrie. I love her, don't get me wrong, but she's a pain. That's that. Which OC is the hardest to mask? Valkyrie answered that. And what OC is the easiest to mask? Honestly, it depends on the scene. Because sometimes the scene can be as simple as one eye and then boom, you're done. Like Shara or even Junjo in most situations. If you notice his eye, the green side changes a lot. That's because sometimes I got lazy to do the other eye and just masked him with the purple eye, and the green eye is Toothless's normal eye. I'm exposing myself there. But either one of them, I'd say, is my easiest. Non-Fury OCs, I've already touched on that. But I suppose with this, I can go into a little more detail. So I have a couple of OCs who I haven't shown yet. One of my favorites at the moment being Alex. He is a Phoenix boy, precious, blind, scared of flying in some stories I've written him, others he's not. He is stupidly strong for his size. Like, physically, he can lift quite a lot. And he is an excellent builder. That's... I have extra story planned in mind with an animation meme, but that will come later. Now on to the next question. Oh god, I read ahead, and I already know I'm going to get called out completely on this. But first, easier question. Why is Azra a Light Fury base while the other Demon Furies are Night Fury bases? Well, that's a bit different of a question, because I don't even know myself. I mean, I suppose the easiest answer you could go with is the fact that she is a leucistic dragon. Leucistic Demon Fury. Now the next question, I know exactly where this is going. Is Orion still a part of the story? I'm gonna be completely honest, I kind of forgot he existed. I forgot he existed. So I forgot him. I forgot him entirely in Luna's story, and I look back now, and I'm like, you stupid fuck. That was the main reason she was evil. But now I realize that maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. So maybe Orion's scrapped, maybe he's just input later. Like, maybe he went off to find his own territory, and Luna finds him later and then loses him. That's a situation that I'm thinking of. And next up, difference between Para and Akira. Okay, so these are just the difference between the same eye OCs. Okay. Well, for Para, he is the dragon that is based off of my dad, for those who don't know. And my dad is a fan of the Parramatta Eels. So, I made his main colours yellow and blue. The blue being incorporated in his angry growl scene where his teeth turn blue. It's sort of like a Biz where the teeth turn a different colour when they're angry. So, think of it like that. Akira does not have those blue teeth. Para does. And the difference between Seraphina and Saffron is very similar. Except in this situation, they're both different genders. Seraphina is a female and Saffron is a male. But for the visual difference, Seraphina has a purple mouth. Meanwhile, Saffron doesn't. Now for the question of what dragons are Dusk and Dawn. Now, I made a video on that ages ago, but I have it privated because I forgot to unprivate it, and now it's too far down in the scroll list for me to bother. Anyway, Dusk and Dawn are Sun Furies, and basically it was just me messing around with the gradient map and finding that I could get purple and orange together in the same eye. So I thought, hey, central heterochromia, it works. Bam, there's your dragon. And I thought it'd be fun to have them be brother and sister. They had their own set of cries and roars that they could do, but I've since scrapped them because obviously I'm not that good at making dragon calls. And the last question from RP, God, you did a lot of them. Do Luna, Amaya, Valkyrie, Mizuki, Azra, and Blair look like Light Furies in drawn form? They look like a hybrid between a Light Fury and a Night Fury. You can actually see a lot of them in my video with Nyx, where I'd forgotten about him entirely and did that little insanity meme. But Azra, on the other hand, you cannot see in that because she wasn't there. She wasn't on my mind. Azra, I've never actually drawn her. The only difference that the Demon Furies would really have over, like, normal Light or Night Furies would probably be the spikes on the tips of their wings, like how Cloud Jumper has the hooks. You see in the Insanity meme that Abyss actually has those hooked wings. I made sure to include them. Thank you so much for the questions. Next up is Glitch Trap. GlitchTrap_GV. I am very glad. Technically I've answered all those questions. Which backstory of your OCs is your favorite? I've already answered Lucy is up there. Favorite OC? Valkyrie. Once again. Do you plan to mask baby OCs? Yes and no. I intend to mask the children of my OCs, like Abyss and Valkyrie and all that. I'm not sure if I'm going to mask the eyes and the mouths and the ears and everything, because I wanted to keep it close to realism in the way of when, say, Dalmatians, for example. When they're born completely white and with blue eyes, but over time, the colour starts to transform within the first 4 weeks to become black spots, and the blue eyes slowly turn brown as they gain more melanin in their bodies. That's what I wanted to reflect in my dragons, where I keep the night lights the same. Next up is questions from Atomic Jamie. Number 1, who is your favourite OC that you've made and why? Valkyrie, and mostly because she consists of my two favourite colours in combination with each other. Number 2, do you have any OCs that you don't enjoy masking and why? Again, Valkyrie. Look at this design. She's a pain. Every one of these is another layer. I'm going to scream. What's your favorite OC to draw? Luna. It's not even a question. I just draw Luna a bunch and therefore know her design well. How many OCs do you have? Even I don't know. What others do I have? God damn it. A lot. Is that a good enough answer? I have more than that. I'm just blanking on how many. And 2 people have actually asked the question, who's the OC in the picture? And as I stated, she is actually a child of Valkyrie and Abyss. I have posted a baby image of her before, but I'm not sure what her name is yet. I don't have a name for her, so maybe comment some names for her. I will put her image up here again, so you guys can see. Thank you so much, Atomic JP, for the questions. Next up is Fandom Fury, who already 3 of the questions I've knocked off already. So the last question that they asked about my OCs is, would any of your OCs be friends with mine? Jinjo. Jinjo is friends with everybody. He's a sweet cinnamon roll. How can anyone be mad at him? Look at this face. Look at this face and tell me that is not the cutest thing you've ever seen. I dare you. Anyway. So, that's all the questions so far. I am very happy that I've gotten so many questions in such a short amount of time. That's basically it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's all of them. So, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I have so much in the works for later on. You guys have no idea. I have so many things that I want to share, but I can't yet because, well, it'd be spoilers for later down the track. So, yeah. Talk to you guys later. Bye.